Hey guys, and welcome to game number 71 of my 100-game rematch series against the AI-powered Scrabble BestBot. We got a win in game 70 to break our 3-game losing streak, which was very good. So now sitting at 4 games back, 33 and 37, with 30 games of Scrabble to play. So if I can go 17 and 13 in the last 30, then we will finish the series with a tie. And if I can manage to go 18 and 12 or better, then I will win. So that's the goal. It's ambitious, but it's certainly possible. BestBot, of course, is going to have other ideas, and BestBot is going to be first in today's game. We are waiting to see what it does. If BestBot were to exchange here, I would almost certainly play Jared for 42, but that's not going to happen. Campy for 36. Interesting placement there, sacrificing 2 points, but putting the C on the star, which is very defensive, because, of course, the C makes no two-letter words. Unfortunately, re-jailed is not a word, so I'm not going to be bingoing with that, or anywhere else for that matter. Just jail or jailed is certainly not crazy. Jailed does get rid of one of my E's. It also gives back much easier counterplay. I don't love jail not keeping an S, but there's certainly no guarantee that the bot has an S, so that's fine. Jeep, I don't really like that. Getting rid of both E's. Anything to this Y. Jiri isn't good. I don't see anything to this Y that uses the J, or through this M that puts the J on the triple letter. So, yeah, I guess it's just a matter of jail or jailed. I don't like Jade. That gives back a lot more counterplay, putting the E next to the triple. I think I should probably keep it tight with jail, even though I'm at an early deficit. I'm not at that big a deficit, and I don't want to just give back easy plays if I don't have to, so I am going to do this. Okay, I get another E, which is not great. But hopefully at least the bot doesn't have anything all that strong here, and I'm able to take my time clearing out some of these E's, as well as my V, which I'm not thrilled to see. Alright, copyable, so the bot does bingo. Not what I was hoping to see, but okay. I don't really want to play Veered here, putting the V there and really starting to shut the board down. But I might just not really have a whole lot of other options. I'm probably better off playing Helve, honestly. Yeah, that forks the board nicely. Helved also opens a line under this H. I think I'm down 90 early. I think I gotta respect that. It's a 6-point sacrifice over Veered. It's also a more bingo-prone leave, and it just is so much better for the board in both the short and the long run. Yeah, I mean, I play Veered here. Like, there's already very few places to go, and BestBot is probably not going to be inclined to open. I just don't think that's a road I want to go down, especially against BestBot here. Anything here? I could play Chevre. That's actually cool, but Helve is probably just a better version. Yeah, I don't have the S or the T hook. And Helve, like I said, opens 2 lines, not even just one, which is nice, so the bot can't block both. That's going to be my play here. And I drew Trudged if Helved stays open. Unfortunately, it doesn't play under the H. So just really hoping, dang it. That is unfortunate. Just play debug now. I guess red bug is a little bit better. It's more points. So I have something here. Nothing that's going to be better than red bug for 36. At least this does keep the board alive. Opens the G for future ING bingos. Opens a line down the end column. Like, at least I like that I'm doing a decent job at keeping some lines open for myself and not just walling myself in while I'm down 100. I have to do that if I want a chance to come back. Yeah, this looks about as good as I'm going to do. Unfortunate that Trudged doesn't play, but it is what it is. Alright, that's a very good draw again. Started and Tetrad. So Started is going to play, of course, next to the R and the E here. Alright, it's still going to play. Is that my best option now, though? So Tetrad's place here for more. How do I feel about putting that A there above the triple? I mean, it's not that scary, honestly. What goes after that? There's 1 H, 2 W's. And, I mean, Started doesn't, I guess, really carry all that much risk. It's tough to overlap the S. 69 points versus 76. 7 more. It's close. I mean, it does give back a bit more. Also, the bot just played 9. Let's think about that for a second. Yeah, you know, the bot just played 9, so it probably doesn't have a W. Probably has more one-pointers, so that makes me want to play tetrads more, because then I'm not that worried about high scores on the bottom. I don't think it kept a lot of high-scoring tiles, and if the bot does bingo, then that way at least I'll maybe be able to pull one of the high-pointer tiles since I'm drawing 7 and come back there. So I think given the bot's last play, actually, this is the right call. And it's 7 more points, so I'm going to do that. Love it. Drew Wartime. And that's kind of what I was saying. I mean, obviously I'm going to bingo with Wartime if I can, to the left of Redbug. But, like, if the bot bingos and blocks it, I have this for 41. That was kind of my strategy. Like, I figure the bot is scoring small with just one-pointers. It's probably pretty close to a bingo. If it bingos, then at least, all right, I'll have a counterplay, but no need for that. I mean, Wartime is obviously better. 70 points. Is that the only spot it plays? Almost teamwork to the K, but not going to happen, so... Okay. Interesting draw there. Very interesting draw. Probably just Lux for 42. Keeping DTZ, which given the pool is somewhat vowel heavy, it's not a bad thing. Again, I've probably said this before, but 22 vowels, 22 constants, you might think that's evenly balanced. That's actually vowel heavy because the pool in Scrabble starts with 42 vowels and 56 consonants in the 2 blanks, so it actually starts with more consonants than vowels. So when you see them equal, it's actually a vowel-heavy pool. And the reason is just because, in general, English words tend to have more consonants in them than vowels. For instance, there are more 3 vowel 7s than there are 4 vowel 7s, and there are far more 2 vowel 7s than there are 5 vowel 7s. So just in general, when Alfred Butts designed the weighting system, both for points as well as frequency, the fact that there are more consonants than vowels in English overall is the explanation for that. For those wondering, I've probably mentioned that before, but for newer viewers or folks who didn't know that, that's your fun sort of historical and interesting trivia fact for the day, I suppose. BestBot, not very interested in that, it seems. It's just ignoring me. And trading 6. Trading 6. Wow. 9 followed by Kodo, followed by a trade 6. I mean, I'm happy about that, but I'm surprised. Okay. So I guess just Lux, right? Unfortunately, Lux is no good. That would be ideal. I mean, it's 42. Takes out an easy scoring spot. This leave is, as long as I can draw a few vowels, is pretty good. I don't know what else I'm going to do. I'm not going to play Looted and keep XZ. That's too much of a good thing. Yeah, I mean, it's 42 points. Like, it's pretty good. Alright, we can deal with that. We can definitely deal with that. Should have some decent scores with the Z, like Diazo here. That's 49 points. That's pretty good. Okay, so the bot does get that spot on the bottom we've been talking about for a bit. That's fine. It gets 41. I mean, Diazo's 49 points. GT is not great, but it's not horrible. I like playing 5 tiles, too. It gives me a good shot at maybe drawing the blank or one of those 3 remaining S's, which would be nice. Nothing to this O, right? Like some sort of Zocalo type thing? No. Nothing going to be worth it to this E. Yeah, I mean, I don't see how Diazo is possibly not the play here. Alright, I would have liked a blank or an S, but I can deal with this. Fairly flexible, should have some options. I'm up 93, which is kind of crazy considering I was down like 93 not that long ago. And that just goes to show you guys, you know, you can, as long as you keep the board open, you can afford to be patient. Like, Helve, I think, is what's such a key play. And the game's not over, obviously, but, like, assuming I do go on to win, and whether I go on to win or not, like, Helve was an instrumental play, I think, for keeping me in this game. If I had played Veered, then it would have been a lot tougher. But yeah, like I said, the game's not over. The bot does get Populate down with the other blank. Still in good shape. What am I up now? 28 plus a turn. Okay. The board is kind of shut. This P is difficult to overlap. Only thing left that goes in front of it are 2 O's and a U. Other bingo lines, pretty non-existent. I mean, there's a D here, which is not going to score much, and it's going to give a lot of counterplay. Good luck bingoing to a K. So one option I have is just to completely blow up the rack and play a rather weird-looking spelling of yogurt for 22. Does open a Y, an O, and a G. The G is actually a little concerning with a bunch of I's and N's left. That could give back a lot of ING bingos. Not sure how I feel about that. I mean, with the blank gone, I'm a little less concerned about turnover now. Yo here I don't think is crazy. Just kind of a stalling play. What other options? I mean, I don't think Yo is terrible. I guess there's also Got for 24. Keeping the Y. I almost prefer the Y to the G here, actually. I mean, Yo doesn't really accomplish anything. It does not like it blocks anything. So this is probably better. Yeah, I mean, this is not a bingo board yet. And I save... Oh, I actually have Oi here for more, though. If I'm going to play those tiles, I can play here for 26. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is close. There's just kind of a bunch of, like, mediocre options, I guess. None of them give anything back, which is good. There's just not that much to really block. I'm not going to try to block this. See, I also want to score. Like, I could easily get outrun if I don't keep scoring. I have to keep my foot on the gas. And yeah, I think Pool is pretty well balanced to maybe slightly consonant heavy, so keeping EROY is decent. The Y tends to go well with consonants. Yeah, and it's just a better scoring tile, too, than the G in general. I think I'm going to go with Got. Yeah. That was not really what I was hoping for. Fez for 25. So it's got another S, obviously. Or there's no way it would have burned it for like 3 extra points. I kind of want to play Arroyo, but I also want to just kind of keep things tight and play Oi, which was my fallback plan with playing Got. I mean, I still feel like I'm in pretty good shape here if I can stop the bot from bingoing if I score 26. I mean, it's going to put me up 53. I don't see any spots to score massively. This doesn't appear to be any sort of setup. There's nothing in front of the US there that plays for much. I don't really want to play Arroyo and give the bot 2 excellent floaters to work through. Like, that just doesn't seem smart at this score. I also really do not want to draw the Q here. And playing 6... There's not much to really turn over for. I mean, the bot has at least one of the other S's after that. There's not a whole lot here that I really want. I mean, the other S would be nice. So, in some ways, turnover is a bad thing because it maximizes my chances at the Q. I think we just don't basically stall here and play Oi. Like, there's not a whole lot to block. I can't block the D while scoring anything. I have to score. Minimizing my chances at the Q. I think this is fine. Okay. And now it's like, I mean, if the bot doesn't open, I'd be very impressed if it can come back here without a bingo, but I guess anything's possible. Toreador not going to fit through the D. Finals, okay. So it doesn't open a lot, honestly. I mean, an N and an I? But the I is in a bad spot. ING bingos won't fit. 7 left. It's still pretty tough to bingo to that D in Diazo with just 1 E. It's going to be basically impossible without the E. And there's just not that much flexibility in that pool. I mean, I still feel like I should be playing like 1 or 2 tiles here and really just trying to avoid the Q. If I could play like Taurus or something, I could do that. The nice thing is I have time, because this could turn into a fairly complex ending, which I'm going to definitely need time for. I kind of like the idea of saving the A and the T, so that if I do draw the Q, I have caught next to the DI of Diazo. I'm not going to play Uri, though, and give back a bingo line. That just doesn't feel smart. Rope? No. Give back Grope, potentially. Roof? No, that's not a good play. Huh. Tricky. Nothing that goes in front of the US. Yeah, this is... actually kind of annoying. There's really not much to do here. If the bot, I mean, it could potentially score a bit here. I guess quid or something isn't that many points. I mean, I don't really want to play for like 6. But I don't want to blow this board open. That just, if I were not winning, I probably would. But, I mean, given, I wonder see, the thing with Roux, I'm actually not really concerned about bingos to the R. It's very unlikely. And the cool thing about this is if the bot plays to the R, it has to empty the back. But then I'm very concerned what might happen if I draw the Q. Because now I don't have my cot spot, and if the other I gets blocked, then I could get stuck. So I don't really want to do that. That Q wasn't there, things would be a lot more simpler, but Q just has a way of doing that. So like if I want to keep the AT, I mean, what do I do with it? Uri cannot be correct. Like that just seems so foolish to open that. Yeah, rope. Like I just don't know what to do. I mean, Roux. That might not be as crazy as it looks, because like, I mean, E. There's actually like nothing other than the S that goes in front of the OP. If you think about it, right? Like, I mean, DOP is not good. Now, there's literally nothing other than ES, which is, I mean, it's not that likely the bot's going to have an ES word. Or something ending in an E. Maybe that's the compromise? Like, it at least scores 10 points. I just, because I have to worry about stuff like Coddies too. And then the nice thing about Roux is it leaves 4 in the bag, so it makes it a little bit tougher for the bot to not empty. Right? Because then at least Coddies, it'll be an empty bag and decent endgame situation for me. If I draw the Q, I've got plays. I can play cot and top. I can play cot here. Like, I think this looks scary, but given the pool, it's shockingly hard for the bot to bingo there. I mean, just, like, think about it. If the bot doesn't have the E, it literally just can't, basically. And even if it does, like, it has to either end in an E or ES or bingo to a D. It's not that likely. I think this is the right call. It's a weird play, but I think it's the call. All right, well, I drew graders. All right, I should be able to win this. I have 6 minutes. Yeah, I think I should win this. All right, and see, that's what I like about Roux. I forced it to empty the bag. Graders, Garrett, so it doesn't matter. It's not going to play. All right. I mean, I think I can probably just go out in 2. Even, like, you know, I see I have to be a little careful, but even Great probably wins, but... I mean, can I do, like, this? Just set up, like... Reset and trig? Like, I mean, I think that just wins, right? How does he block? I guess win. But then I can just play stared. I mean, I don't know if this is the best, but, or let me just, alright. Or I can play stare here, like next to the R, right? I mean, let me just make sure it can't go out. There's no 6 in that. There's nothing to a D. There's no other hook for rig in the pool. Yeah, I mean, when is just... I mean, I'm up 12. When is only 12. Yeah, I win, what, by like 20? Yeah, I mean, this should be... Again, I don't know if it's optimal, but that should be fine. We don't necessarily need optimal here. Just looking around. I have 5 minutes. I do not want to screw this up. I'm just looking around, making sure there's nothing that the bot can have, but it's a pretty tight board, guys. I'm just not seeing how the bot's going to do anything better than just playing, like, wide for 18 and letting him go out with a reset. Yeah, I mean, this just wins. I'm very confident this wins. I'm just going to do it. Oh, Wanderoo. Wow. I did not see that, but it's not going to win. That's funny. Goodness gracious. What a play. All right, so reset is probably the best out. So I'll win by 10. Yeah, I guess that is as good as I am going to do, right? Bot's got an I. Yeah. Okay. Wow, excellent game. 403, 393. I win by 10. Yeah, very, very interesting game. I feel like we're going to have a lot to talk about here, guys, in the analysis. Certainly a tale of two games almost. Started out very poorly for me, but I feel like I did a very good job keeping this board open and then got two nice draws there, back-to-back Tetrads and Wartime, and ended up grinding it out and completing the comeback and winning by 10 on a pretty tight board. So very satisfying win there. Let's take a look at the analysis. Well, can't be keeping C blank. Interesting. Huh. I might have played here. I don't know. I mean, because putting the Y there, when you have a C and a blank, like, you often are going to hit this Y, right? I mean, there's a lot of words ending in CY, whereas two C's is a little bit harder. The Y is not very likely to be played through here. I don't know. I might have played here. Interesting. I guess that's why the bot thought for so long. Yeah, tough call here between jail and jailed. But again, I didn't really want to just give the bot easy plays to the triple there. And wow, so it sacrificed 8 points to not do this. Huh. That's a lot to give up early on. I mean, I know you're taking a pretty big lead, but a C there in the 5th spot is really not that scary, especially on the double letter. I probably would have taken the points. I mean, I guess copyable does really start to make the board tough to play on. But yeah, it's very interesting to see that the bot sacrificed 8 points this early on, but okay. No, definitely not helved, right? Like, you always want to, or I mean, always, never say always in Scrabble, but you almost always want to, if you're trying to open the board, save the hook, because then if your opponent doesn't have the hook, it makes it a lot harder for them to block, whereas if you play the hook, they can just play through the hook, right? So helve is definitely better. The D also just helps my bingo percentage. I think this has to be better than veered. I mean, it's 6 less, but the leave is better. And this was the key play to me, this forking of the board with helve, because yeah, veer just completely destroys the board. This was a key play. Unfortunately, Trudged got blocked. Yeah, Red Bug. There's something to be said for Red Bud, because the D is a little easier to hit than the G, but ING bingos could still fit here in the long run. DT is so much better than GT. Red Bug is fine. Okay, yeah, see, this is about what I figured the bot had when I played 9. I figured it had probably more duplicates and more one-pointers, which is why, again, I played Tetrads here, setting up the scoring spot, figuring it wasn't going to get used. It indeed didn't. So the bot played Kodo, keeping AIN, and we knew it drew badly because it had to trade 6. It drew 6 fouls. Okay, that about makes sense. And it kept what? Just an E. Unintuitive. I mean, normally with this rack, you would at least keep EN for balance, or maybe even AEN, given A's are getting a little scarce. Just an E it keeps, huh? I guess it really wanted that turnover. And yeah, I mean, if you think about it on this board, right, like EN, the main advantage of EN versus E is building towards bingos, and there are already pretty few places to bingo. You know, you could really use an H or a W for that 40-point play. You could really use a blank or an S. A Z or an X would probably be nice. So yeah, actually, turning over the extra tile does make some sense there. I think that's the right play by the bot. Lux here looks good. Ufro unplayable. EUPHROE, a fun 7, but it doesn't play. He looks fine. Diazo looks fine. Populate, okay. Yeah, Oi here. I saw it. I didn't like Ghoulie opening again this ING with all those I's and N's. I saw Yogurt, didn't like it for the same reason. I like God. Yeah, I mean, it saves Oi as a backup. I think keeping the Y has more potential to improve than keeping the G. Bot plays FES, okay. Oi looks fine. Yeah, definitely not playing Arroyo there, okay. Bot played Vinyls. Doesn't look right. I'm not saying it isn't right, but something doesn't look right about this play. I mean, you're never really going to hit that D in Diazo, keeping another D. It doesn't feel like you're going to outrun without a bingo, and that I is a very weak line. Huh. I mean, yeah, the E is very valuable. I get not wanting to do that, even though you keep the S. Although Devils at least floats an E, I guess I can just block very easily? Huh. I mean, this just doesn't feel like a good play. It just doesn't. I mean, I don't know what the bot should do. It's a tough spot. But that just doesn't look right to me. Yeah, I mean, no, that's terrible. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what the bot should do, though, I'll be honest. That's the problem. It's like, I don't like that play, but I don't have a suggestion. I think it's just better. Yeah, I mean, venial, I don't think you want to keep SD drawing into that pool. The E is very valuable, so I get this for sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a very bad spot for the buy. I think Rue is a very heads-up play. Again, it looks scary, just given this unseen tile pool, it's really not that dangerous. And I'm surprised to see Quinn in here, honestly. I mean, Quinn, to me, would cause me more problems because it would leave one in the bag. And then I have to sweat a little bit more, both about endgames and maybe bingos, depending on what's unseen. I'm surprised. I would have definitely played. I mean, how do you win after Quinen? Like, you're only going to have 6. You're down 6 in the tempo. It's hard for me to have that bad a rack. Where are you scoring? I don't know. I mean, this play is very surprising to me, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like, I just don't really understand how you're winning. I mean, maybe if... See, the problem, though, is, like, with that pool, the worst thing I could have is, like, no vowels, but then you're going to draw all the vowels and not have any scoring tiles. Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, to me, Quinn just causes me a lot more problems. Certainly against a human, it will induce a lot more mistakes than Quinen. I do not like this play. I mean, I'm not here to say that it's wrong, but to me, Quinn is a better play. If you asked me what I would do, I would absolutely play Quinn. Against anybody, honestly. Human, computer, expert, novice, I would totally play Quinn. Whoops, what did I do there? Yeah, I mean, great. I think wins, too, because, yeah, Windage doesn't play. It's a little dicier, though, because it could give back some decent overlaps. Yeah, I mean, my play just wins fairly straightforwardly. I didn't see Wanderoo, but even so. Yeah, I mean, Dwayne loses. All right. Not going to worry too much about whether that endgame was optimal. Yeah, very good game there. Very happy I came away with the win after a tough start. Don't really have any turns I regret, honestly. I mean, yeah, I think Helv was a really good play. Got and Oi's, I guess, kind of questionable. But yeah, overall, I feel like I played really well. BestBot, Vinyls is questionable. Quinen, highly questionable, if you ask me. I don't know. But like I said, very good game. Very interesting, and glad I came away with a win. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. As always, really appreciate your continued support of my channel. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you soon for the next video. Bye-bye.